Am I the kind of guy who would try to steal someone else's girlfriend? Sure, of course.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best love triangles in animated TV shows.
You two have got to be kidding me.
Number 20. Jay, Matthew, and Lola, Big Mouth. If Big Mouth does one thing right, it's the representation of teenage sexuality. There are a lot of different pairings, all of them fitting in one confusing crisscrossing shape. But our favorite love triangle has to be that between Jay, Matthew, and Lola.
What in the wide world of shorts is happening right now?
I like him, Lola. What can I say?
Well, too bad.
In Season 4, we saw Jay and Lola get together, which was a weirdly endearing relationship, but things eventually went south, as they are prone to do in adolescent partnerships, and Jay and Matthew struck up something unexpected.
Oh my god. Am I actually gonna fight Lola for Jay? Is that who I am now?
It all came to a head in the Season 5 finale, when Jay was put in a place where he had to choose between his two love interests. The way his face lit up when he saw Matthew gave us all the answer we needed.
Hey, Zarian, Rick Flarian, Bill Zarian! Woo!
Matthew?
Number 19. Donatello, April O'Neil, and Casey Jones, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey guys, what's up?
April! And Casey. Donatello.
The shipping of April and Donnie has long since been a thing in the TMNT fandom. While most adaptations don't actually explore anything romantic between the two, April is typically closer with Donnie than with any of the other turtles.
Funny us both passing through this shady back alley at the same exact time, huh? So, how have you been?
The 2012 series dove in headfirst, giving Donatello a full-fledged crush on April that went beyond mere comedic value. The boys butted heads a lot over her, although eventually the show wound up sticking to the canon its predecessors had paved by having Casey and April become an official couple.
Thanks for hanging out with us on our date, Irma. We really needed a chaperone.
Anything I can do to help? Who said this was a date, Casey?
Even if it wasn't executed super well, we applaud this series for trying something new with its character dynamics. Number 18. Goliath, Demona, and Alisa, Gargoyles. It's always difficult when love triangles involve an ex-partner.
You trusted me once. You loved me once. We have found each other again after 1,000 years of solitude. Does that mean nothing to you?
In this case, it's really more one-sided, as Demona tries her very hardest to make life hell for Goliath and Alisa, and also a lot of other people.
Demona, freeze!
You've just been poisoned. In 24 hours, you'll be dead.
With the laundry list of horrible things Demona has done to Goliath, it's clear why they didn't get back together despite the love they had for each other in the past. Demona's persistent attacks are enough to make her the third side to a beautiful relationship that grew and strengthened organically, one that would otherwise not be a triangle at all.
What does it take to destroy you? Goliath, run! I'll handle Demona.
We'll handle her together.
Number 17. Timmy Turner, Tootie, and Trixie Tang, the Fairly Odd Parents. You're never too young to start your first love triangle, and 10-year-old Timmy Turner finds himself caught in the middle of two possible love interests, Trixie Tang and Tootie. Trixie's the most popular girl in school, so naturally Timmy desperately pines for her. She's a bit of a snob, but she does show Timmy that she cares from time to time.
Hey, I like Kissy Kissy Goo Goo and Skull Squisher. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. But, that's what I have girlfriends for. Security? Huh? Bye, Timmy Turner. Hey, you remembered my name?
Tootie is a geeky, lonely little girl who has a major crush on Timmy, which wouldn't be so bad if she wasn't as over-enthusiastic, or Icky Vicky's little sister.
No! Vicky's stolen Timmy's dolls. Now he'll never come over, and he'll never like me. Why doesn't he like me?
There's been debate over who Timmy should be with, but it became null when both girls became obsolete to the series. However, if you consider the live-action movies canon, Tootie was the clear-cut winner.
Well, it's great to see you. What's the matter?
Sunburn on my back. No hugs till it heals, doctor said. Gotta go.
Number 16. Dipper Pines, Wendy Corduroy, and Robbie Valentino, Gravity Falls. We see you tilting your head and questioning whether this is a true love triangle. While the Dipper-Wendy side goes strictly one way, there are enough moments between the two that had fans wondering whether maybe they would get together eventually.
So, I was wondering if maybe you wanted to, if you and me, whatever, if maybe you...
Plus, Robbie obviously sees Dipper as a threat, so maybe it's not so far-fetched. What's awesome about this one is how Wendy and Dipper actually get to talk about his crush.
Mabel said confessing would make me feel better.
Well, how do you feel?
Anxious, and scared, and kinda itchy.
Dude, don't be itchy, man.
We're sure this helped him move on, and it's probably what also made him see through the illusion in the finale. As for Robbie, let's just say we think Wendy made the right decision.
What? I've totally moved on.
Wendy, I miss you so much. I'll never move on, never ever.
That was a different Wendy. Unrelated Wendy.
Number 15. Finn, Princess Bubblegum, and Marceline. Adventure Time. True, we could have included Flame Princess somewhere in this mix, but she fits in a little less neatly. This dynamic is a bit more satisfying, seeing as Princess Bubblegum and Marceline end up together in the end. Meanwhile, Finn had a massive crush on the former for a few seasons.
Oh, I feel like I'm all gummed up inside. It's like I'm all gummed up inside. It's like I'm all gummed up inside.
And it's not totally one-sided on his part either. In the episode Too Young, we see an aged-down PB rather enamored with the hero. This gives a little more strength to the triangle, though we're glad it's one that fizzled out quickly enough.
I wish I could stay like this with you, but...
I know, Princess.
Number 14. BoJack Horseman, Diane Wynn, and Mr. Peanut Butter. BoJack Horseman.
Do I have anything to worry about with you and Diane?
What?
The relationships in BoJack are anything but clean-cut and satisfying, which is probably why BoJack and Diane never end up together. He has a crush on her for a long time, but whether or not it's superficial is often a point of discussion among fans.
Admit it! You like my girlfriend! Oh, come on! Am I attracted to her? Sure. Do my days feel better when I'm around her? Yeah. Does she get me in ways no woman ever has? Indubitably.
There's also been speculation about Diane's feelings, but for the most part, canon doesn't do much to suggest she harbors any romantic feelings for her friend. On the other hand, she and Mr. Peanut Butter have a painfully realistic relationship that ultimately culminates in divorce.
Yeah, so if it all looks good to you and your lawyer, you can sign it too, and then it'll be official. Divorce completed.
Yay.
We did it.
Take that, our marriage.
While nothing came of this love triangle, it's one that hung in the balance for a while. Number 13. Miss Martian, Superboy, and Lagoon Boy. Young Justice. There are bound to be a few romances that spring up between a bunch of superheroes.
Hi, Lagoon. I'm glad your leg's all healed.
Angelfish. You're here.
The love triangle between Connor, McGann, and Lagan is one of the most popular, mainly because of Connor and McGann's beginnings. They seem to fight so hard to be together, only to wind up having it all come crashing down.
I didn't think you'd try to tamper with my mind. Try to make me forget I was upset with you.
Connor, I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry you did it? Or sorry you got caught?
Luckily, McGann comes to her senses, albeit not in the most favorable of circumstances, and realizes a few things. That she was in the wrong, that she was using Lagan as a rebound, and that he deserved better.
You don't see it yet, but the hard truth is, we only got together because you made me feel better about myself. And that's not a relationship, it's selfishness.
This break is what would eventually lead McGann and Connor back together, but not without some drama to boot. Number 12. Arnold Shortman, Helga Pataki, and Lila Sawyer. Hey Arnold. We all know that Helga likes Arnold a lot, but she hides her true feelings by constantly tormenting him while adoring him from afar.
Those poems weren't meant to be seen until I'm dead and buried, and worms have consumed my flesh. Arnold must never see that last page. I'll steal inside his room somehow.
There are ways to find out who wrote those poems, Gerald. Just have to be scientific.
Unfortunately, her secret affections ended up causing a romantic spark between Arnold and the new girl in school, Lila. At first, Lila likes Arnold, but he doesn't return her feelings. But then the positions are switched, where he likes her, but she doesn't feel the same, leaving Helga feeling bitterly jealous from the sidelines.
Arnold, that stupid football head! And coincidentally the tortured object of my most hallowed and best affections, is glued to Lila instead of me. And the worst part is, I did this to myself. If only I had left what I wrote on the wall.
It's been speculated that Lila keeps rejecting Arnold because she finds out about Helga's true feelings for the football head. It wouldn't be until 2017's Hey Arnold the Jungle movie that Arnold finally forgot about Lila and reciprocated Helga's feelings.
Your locket, it woke up my parents. You did it all, just to help me. And...
Number 11, Beast Boy, Raven, and Terra, Teen Titans franchise. So this dynamic is a lot more present in Teen Titans Go than it was in the original series, but shipping knows no era. The 2003 series focused mainly on Beast Boy and Terra together, though there were some sprinkles of feelings between him and Raven too.
It's a little late for breakfast, Star. Maybe just some herbal tea. Actually, breakfast sounds nice.
Unfortunately, it was cancelled before any real conclusion with Terra, let alone a relationship with Raven. The reboot, however, has had more time to explore both pairings. Raven's feelings are also much less ambiguous than they were in the original show.
So what's an attractive, decent-smelling girl doing with Beast Boy? I guess I like how trusting he is.
Don't get us wrong, Terra's great, but we loved seeing Raven and Beast Boy finally become a couple.
Beast Boy, you really put a lot of thought into this.
I'll put all my thoughts in it for you, Ray. Only you.
Number 10, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Kite Man, Harley Quinn.
So yeah, he's a kind, loving, supportive partner. And the only miracle here is that you two ghouls somehow raised him. And another thing, he's not lucky to have me. I'm lucky to have him.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with Kite Man. He's great, if a little dorky, and he's a good fit for Ivy. But that's the beauty of this ordeal. It often happens in real life that someone is great and a good match for you, but the real, deep feelings aren't there, or you want different things out of life.
Wow, that was a very specific picture that you painted of our future that I had not totally considered.
Unfortunately, in this case, it's pretty messy given that Ivy and Kite Man are literally about to get married when everything falls apart. Harley's feelings are brought to the forefront, and we see that Ivy is clearly suppressing some of her own.
Wait, why can't we do this? Because you're my best friend, and I can't stand the idea of losing you, you know? I
don't have to. We'd be closer than we've ever been before.
The day of your wedding is probably the worst day to break up, but at least it helped Ivy sort out her feelings and gave her some kind of happy ending after all.
Don't you want to marry me?
Of course I do, but you don't. I saw your face during the vows, and I knew your heart wasn't in it.
Number 9, Tom Sloan, Jane Lane, and Daria Morgendorffer, Daria. You'd never expect someone like Daria to fall into the stereotypical love triangle drama, until she gets involved with her best friend Jane's boyfriend Tom. At first, Daria didn't care for Tom once he and Jane started dating. Jane leaving her in the dust didn't help things either. However, throughout the course of season 4, Jane and Tom's relationship starts to slowly crumble while he and Daria start growing closer, and tension begins to grow between the snarky chums.
Sorry I asked.
Hey, did you know Stalin had Trotsky killed with an ice pick to the skull?
Good thing they didn't put him in a glass coffin.
Anyway, Tom, I'll be down the hall whenever you guys are finished with morgue chat.
Fortunately, both girls manage to reconcile, and Daria and Tom decide to keep dating, at least until graduation.
I really look up to you, and your opinion's important to me.
You look up to me? Huh.
Do you think next year I could call you from school, and we can compare notes on our lives in a completely non-romantic fashion? You know, like friends?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Call me. That'll be nice.
Not the most compelling boy drama arc, but it did showcase how strong Daria and Jane's friendship can be, while also giving Daria a somewhat healthy romance. Number 8. Danny Fenton, Sam Manson, and Valerie Gray, Danny Phantom. Sam has been Danny's best friend for years, and while they can deny their feelings, we all knew there was something between them.
Danny, that was awesome! I guess Ember's spell hasn't quite worn off.
You were never under Ember's spell.
Valerie is a former popular girl turned ghost hunter who hates Danny Phantom, but develops feelings for Danny Fenton. Don't you just love irony?
He doesn't have a girlfriend, Valerie.
Right.
What are you talking about?
You like him.
Hello? He's my best friend.
I'm sure he is. But if you like him, like him, make a move. Because if you don't, Somebody will.
Sam and Valerie end up rivaling over Danny's affections, but Valerie's the one to make the first move. She and Danny briefly date for a bit, but she decides that her ghost hunting should take priority over getting into a serious relationship. If only she knew she was fighting her ex's ghostly half. Naturally, Sam wins the love tug-of-war and she and Danny get together in the end. Who didn't see that coming?
And no matter how this thing ends, this whole ride we've been on together, I wouldn't change it for the world. Not one bit.
Me neither.
Number 7. Duncan, Courtney, and Gwen. Total drama. Despite being polar opposites, Courtney and Duncan hit it off in Season 1 and were going strong until near the end of Season 2, when people started pointing out a possible thing between Duncan and Gwen, even though they were just friends.
But I'm in the fish cabin with you, aren't I?
During Season 3, Courtney's controlling attitude ended up pushing Duncan away and he ended up kissing Gwen behind Courtney's back.
What happened to your paw?
This is so stupid, but I have no idea, and I'm so glad you're here to mock me about it.
Me too.
Ow! Hey.
Lousy timing considering the two girls had just started bonding. Neither side was innocent in this whole mess. Duncan and Gwen betrayed Courtney's trust, and Courtney let her paranoia and bossiness drive away those who genuinely cared for her, making this little fiasco a perfect example of the hazards of romance on reality TV.
Boyfriend kisser, I thought she was my friend, but now it's time to diss her. Sure, we had some fun times, but I'm not gonna miss her now. Boyfriend kisser, you're gonna get what's coming to you if it's the last thing I ever do.
Number 6. Mordecai, Margaret Smith, and Cloudy J. Regular show. After years of crushing on Margaret, Mordecai finally starts dating her around Season 4. Unfortunately, they have to cut their relationship short when Margaret leaves for college.
I really like your shoes. What would you call those? Dress shoes?
You look really nice.
After a while, Mordecai starts dating Cloudy J, a girl he met previously, and things seem better for him.
I love it.
I thought that you would.
I guess the thing I had for you must have exploded.
That's okay. I got my wish.
What, that you can run faster than me?
No, for a cute girlfriend that likes...
Until Margaret re-enters the picture and things get awkward in the worst possible sense.
CJ, I need to tell you...
Mordecai, just stop. I already know what you're gonna say, so save it. You don't know who your soulmate is? Here. You didn't even point in my direction.
While regular show tends to rely on bizarre humor, its more mature themes really hit close to home, including how messy love can actually be. In the end, even though both CJ and Margaret played an important part in his life, Mordecai ends up with neither of them. But it doesn't mean he never finds love. Number 5. Popeye the Sailor, Bluto, and Olive Oil. Popeye franchise. Unquestionably the oldest romance tug-of-war on this list is the legendary struggle between Popeye the Sailor and Bluto, or Brutus in some media, for the hand of the lovely Olive Oil. While Olive is Popeye's gal, the brutish Bluto will try anything to woo her and steal her away from him, even resorting to kidnapping. Luckily, Popeye almost always remembers a can of his trusty spinach so that he can bop some sense into Bluto and save his fair damsel.
Mademoiselle Olive, you have the date with me.
I'm just like butter in your hand.
These two have gone at it for decades, though, to be honest, Olive can be a little fickle when she's not being a damsel in distress, so both sailors might do well to find someone who likes them for them.
Popeye dear, I love you best. When will we get married?
I've changed my mind so you could wet your barnacle bill a sail. You're nothing but a cabbage head.
Number 4. Marinette Dupain-Cheng, Adrien Agreste, and Luca Couffin. Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Skipping over the love square that is our protagonists and their superhero identities, there are two other prominent love triangles in this show.
Are you really in love with Marinette?
It's complicated.
But it's clear you no longer have feelings for me.
It's not quite true, milady. Let's just say my feelings have changed.
Maybe it's really like a love hexagon when you put it all together, but we digress. While Kagami's relationship with Adrien has been shepherded by their parents' influence, there were clearly real feelings on Kagami's part, but Adrien never quite seemed to reciprocate.
You're right, Marinette. Adrien is perfect. He's perfect for you.
On the other hand, Marinette seemed to develop real feelings for Luca, which is why we've picked them as the focus of the entry.
What do you think?
Wow, it's incredible.
There's a whole arc where she's very much torn between the two boys, and let's not even get started on when she falls for Cat Noir. Number 3. Kora, Mako, and Asami Sato, The Legend of Korra. During the first season, Kora originally sets her sights on Mako, but he was already dating Asami at the time, which didn't sit right with the newest avatar.
Asami, did you know Korra likes Mako?
Oh, no, I wasn't completely aware of that.
Mako ends up developing feelings for Kora, and he and Asami break things off on good terms. The same can't be said for when Kora and Mako break up later.
Enough! Look, I have a job to do. I can't constantly be worrying about keeping you from making another huge mistake.
Well, I have a job to do too, only it seems like you're always standing in the way of me getting it done.
Well, I guess if we're both putting our jobs first, maybe there's no room for our relationship.
It only gets more awkward from there when Kora loses her memory of her and Mako's breakup, and they go through that all over again. But this time, they leave on peaceful terms. Meanwhile, Kora and Asami grow closer as the series progresses, and they end up together in the end. It's amazing what kind of twists a love story can take.
I could use a vacation. Let's do it. Let's go on a vacation, just the two of us. Anywhere you want.
Really? Okay. I've always wanted to see what the spirit world's like.
Sounds perfect.
Number 2. Marco Diaz, Star Butterfly, and Jackie Lynn Thomas, Star versus the Forces of Evil. When Marco first met Star, he just saw her as a crazy best friend who turned his life upside down. Mostly because he was crushing on cool girl Jackie at the time.
You alright? I'm sorry about it just kinda happened.
Oh, don't be silly! I just wanted to be down here by the stage so I could feel their sweat spraying on my face!
However, once he finally starts dating Jackie, he comes to realize that his feelings lie elsewhere, with a certain princess who secretly likes him back.
The way I feel has just gotten more intense since we first met, and it was intense at the start, and I know it's in the way.
In the way?
Jackie becomes fully aware of Marco's feelings and actually encourages him to pursue them. While Star and Marco being from other worlds complicates things, it all works out in the end and the two can finally be together. Partly thanks to Jackie in one of the healthiest love triangles in animation history. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Rose Quartz, Greg Universe, and Pearl, Steven Universe. Way back before Steven was born, Pearl and Greg Universe found themselves competing for the love of Rose Quartz, Pearl seeing her as an idol while Greg wanted to know Rose as a person.
You don't know anything about Rose.
I know she's super into me.
Listen, Mr. Universe. Rose may find you charming, but that's only because you're human. You're a novelty, at best.
Unfortunately, neither side really won in the end. Pearl is left heartbroken and embittered when Rose chooses Greg over her, and both are left alone when Rose gives up her life to give birth to Steven.
Rose, this is wonderful! I'm just having so much fun spending time with you, Rose. Forget about Greg. Let's go travel the galaxy.
Pearl, thank you so much for fixing my van!
Greg and Pearl may have lost the gem they loved, but they also learned one of the most important rules about a love triangle, being able to forgive and let go, especially when they have common ground over how much they love both Rose and Steven.
Look, if I were you, I'd hate me too.
I don't hate you.
But I knew how you felt about Rose, and I stayed anyway.
That wasn't the problem.
Then what was?
She fell in love with you.
Well, you know Rose. She always did what she wanted.
Which love triangle frustrated you the most? Let us know in the comments.
I'm in tremendous pain!
Do you agree with our picks? check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.